I'm brand new to this. I'm brand true to this. I'm brand new to this. I'm brand new to this. I'm brand new to this. I'm brand true to this. This is about to be the worst video I've ever done, but simultaneously the best video I've ever done. And you about to see it. What's up, losers? I'm Mojo. This is your second video. Enjoy. And like I said, Goth is a very rebellious subculture, a rebellious look, a rebellious attitude. If I make you uncomfortable, even sexually uncomfortable, good. Screw you. Deal with it. So in my brief time in this Goth movement, I didn't want this scene to be kind of confusing or questionable. Like, oh, is he straight? I don't know. I want it to be clear right off the bat. They're in a relationship. I was going for texture, not just black. So I got him in a bunch of different textures, like the black leather, the black shirt, there's gaff tape over it, which is black gaff tape, by the way. The ripped jeans are black ripped jeans. He still has the black lips, still got the black eyes. And we, of course, got the white skin, but you cannot forget about the most important part, the most difficult part, the black hair. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I mean, that black hair, like, almost ruined the whole shoot, in my opinion. First, we're like, we'll shave it into a mohawk. And then I was like, no, let's just dye it. And then I got a barber to kind of style it, you know, a little more on the emo side. But then the barber started sounding unreliable. So I bought a wig at the backup. Then it came in, and when it came in, it was basically flat because that's how Amazon works. You know, they can't send you the wig on the head. So I get the wig, it's flat, and now it just looks like a bob. Like a bob, like a bob, like a bob. Like a bob, like a bob, where am I? Like a bob. The barber drops out and Zach's like, I don't know if I should have a mohawk at my government job. And I get it, it's it's your job. This ain't paying that well. This might not be paying. And you know, I respect Zach and the fact that he has a job. So, you know, I didn't shave his hair off. I didn't do it. I'm not mad about it. I just didn't do it. So then I'm thinking about the dye, and I'm like, well, how long would that take to restore his hair back to normal so he doesn't have crazy hair? Day of, we tried our best to style that wig, but it just looked awful, and it was so shiny. So it's kind of funny that we ended up right where we started, where we were like, well, let's just use this black dye, and it worked perfectly. I mean, his hair spiked up well. I think it looks really nice. I think it definitely looks that goth punk look that I was looking for. And it's just funny how when you're producing stuff, you never really know what's going to be like the hardest part, what's going to be surprisingly difficult. And I think a good answer is always everything, but this really popped up in that, bubbled up to be a problem to come get me later. So the knife was cool. I wanted it to have like a trickle of blood coming down his neck. But I couldn't make it work on set at all. You guys can come in if you want. Psych, they can't come in at all. I had to like come back and do this again because I like ran out of time. I already see I don't like what my light is. And look at a cute couple. There's a cute couple outside. So, the knife. The knife was cool. I liked it. I wanted it to do a trickle of blood. If I poke and then a trickle of blood will come out. I thought I figured it out the night before. I thought I had it all worked out. But if I was smarter or richer, I would have paid someone only to do the blood stuff. But that's a long story. But we don't need to, well, we can go into the long story. That's why we're here. So the blood stuff was very sticky, very messy. It was just a problem. As a scrub, I thought the best thing to do would be buy a wide knife because it's a one take. So there's no hiding cuts or whatever. Buy a wide knife, boom, wide knife. This is my phone. Wide knife, hide a tube and a bulb on the opposite side of the wide knife so that you can't see on camera. And then, as the tube and the bulb is hidden, you could poke it into the guy's neck, the tube and the bulb's on the other side, hidden from view, and you could squeeze the bulb, release the blood, it would go through the tube, and only a trickle would come down the neck. And I would be like, oh, that's a pretty sick shot. The issue that arose was, I figured it out the night before or 2 nights before. I figured it all out. You know, I got the blood recipe, there's a bunch of simple ones online, and then I kept doing it and redoing it until I found like the right amount of each thing so it wasn't too thick where it kind of came out like a really thick syrup, or it wasn't too watery, and it just runs out like water basically. So I have the tube, and I'm trying out the mixture, and then I'm doing a test. Boom, squeeze, see it come out. I'm like, that's not good. Wash it out, do it all again. Boom, squeeze, come out. That was not good. So wash it out, do it again. Boom, squeeze, come out. And then when you do it over and over again, you realize you finally get to one you like. And I got the one that I like for sure. And I'm like, this is it. Great. I know I can do it. I have it written down. This is this many parts. This, 2 parts water, 2 parts this, 2 parts that. Whatever. I don't know. I'm just making up things, but because I don't remember it now. But back then I remembered it because I was going to do it the next day. So I got it all figured out, but what I didn't take account for was that I was basically washing the tube and the bulb, the squeezy bulb, every single time, which is adding water and soap to the mixture every single time. So when I was doing it on set, it was coming out more like thick honey, like drops of honey like bubbling out. Don't look at my neck hair here. But honey is like bubbling out, and I'm like, I don't like that. I don't want to look like that thick. It's not that it doesn't look like blood, it just doesn't look right. I wanted a trickle. So after doing it a couple times, this thing taking forever, because it really does take forever to like mix all this stuff, and it's so messy, and I have to be like offset outside to do it because I didn't want to just destroy this person's house with a bunch of fake blood and basically sugar all over the place. I come in and I'm using it and I'm like, this just isn't quite working the way I want it to. And really, if I wasn't so hard-headed, I would have just added water, and I think it would have worked just fine. I don't even think I needed the soap. I think just adding water, it would have worked. Even if it is a little bit watery, I still feel like it would have been cooler to see the trickle than to not see the trickle. But I was running out of time. Okay, so the other issue, which is something you probably don't notice in the film, but you only notice it if you're like making it, was that the way she pulls the knife, because it's all one take, once again, there's no cuts, there's no hiding. The way she pulls the knife is this way to this way, right? Which, if you can imagine with my phone, it's this way to this way. That's what we try to do. But it's kind of like you want to turn your wrist as you do it. That's the way you kind of want to do it. You want to reach down, bop, and then you want to turn your wrist and then put it into his neck. But then we kind of have to do it where it's like, if you're holding it, you're almost holding it like, how did I do that? Like this, I guess? I don't even remember. But it was like a weird functionality for her wrist. And it's one of those little things where it's like, oh, I was focused a lot on the blood, and now like even the hand motion feels weird and wrong. Nitpicking maybe. I truly believe that with more time and effort and maybe a little bit of VFX knowledge, I could have added that trickle of blood in post. Like I thought about, getting a mannequin head, covering it in green, pouring the blood down and shooting that and being like, oh, that's resembling the neck. I thought it could be even easier just having the blood come down just a slope. Like I don't even need it to be neck shaped. It could just come down a slope, record that, and since I'm gonna make it so small in the frame, it might actually work. Also just getting some blood VFX and just, patching that in there, doing some masking work so that it goes around the knife, because that's the idea, is that it's on the back side of the knife and comes down. I think that could have worked. But that's not to say I don't like what we ended up with. I think what we ended up with was really cool too. Will that lady think you're some weirdo who's just constantly talking about gay stuff? I don't know. Right about weirdo, wrong about gay stuff. Come on, guys. But that doesn't matter. You have to edit your own project faster, quicker. And I feel like a lot of these projects, not just the Pink and Goth one, but a lot of these projects took months to edit it, even with 3 of them taking essentially 2 years to edit it. And they should not have taken that long, and that's really your fault, and you're gonna have to correct that. But this one, I really am thankful to Zach that he put in most of the editing work, because like I said, it's 2 one takes. But the amount of insecurity and just just insecurity of like looking at my own shot, of seeing my own flaws, of thinking like, oh no, will they like this? Will they like that? And whether or not they like it, it's like, do I like this? Do I like that? And it's like, dude, get over it. Get over it. You're not in high school anymore. You're too manly for this. You gotta just edit it. And I kind of like, don't edit it. And don't edit it. And don't. And more time pass. But, I know the solution. I knew the solution. And I'm gonna apply the solution in the future Mojo, which is to set the punishment in advance, which I had the punishment set. There was already going to be a room full of people waiting for this project to come out, and they were sitting there waiting, so I knew I had to edit it in advance. So I actually did edit it. I just put that punishment like 6-7 months away from when I shot it. I may have shot it like in April, honestly. I may have shot it in April or in June. And then I set this punishment all the way in February of the next year. Not doing that crap again. We're gonna have the punishment set sooner, right? So even though I'm still giving this project to a very beautiful, amazing, fantastic individual, the only ham I know, the only sausage I know, the man of the meat, the butcher himself. Nope. I'm not gonna say his name. I'm assuming you don't want your name on this. But anyway, he's editing this one. But like for my films from now on, I have to sit down and be like, no, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna cut this up right now. Because last time I thought I had an editor as well. And 2 years. This project, I was like, oh, Zach's gonna do it. Took a while, right? Didn't have to do, and he was like, oh, I thought you were doing it. I'm like, oh crap, I didn't make it clear enough. So that's what we're gonna fix next time. Thank you, Zach. Thank you, Zach. Thank you, Zach. Thank you, Zach. I appreciate it, Zach. Don't hate me, Zach. I appreciate it. I think I had 4 projects that took me like 2 years to edit. But I know the YouTubers in the audience are thinking, that's nothing. Whatever, bro. I do that all the time. Well, screw you, okay? Screw you. I know you thinking it. All 4 of y'all human beings, okay? Screw all y'all YouTubers. I don't do this YouTube stuff. I'm not used to editing myself. I don't like it, okay? But I'm gonna do it next time. Okay? I gotta man up. I gotta jump the chasm. I feel like I never said my name for this whole project. Like, hi, I'm Mojo. Is it cool to hold my hello? I'm Mojo. Thanks for watching. Don't subscribe, please. Oh my gosh, that's not what we want here.